Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Kanye West. Or, as he calls himself now, yeah. Yeah, he dropped half his name like it was a mixtape nobody wanted. You know you're on another level when you go from being a Grammy-winning artist to a full-time Twitter philosopher in under 5 years. Kanye used to be ahead of the curve. Now he's somewhere off-road screaming into a Walkman from 1998. Look, musically, genius. No one's denying that. College dropout changed lives. But now every album feels like a midlife crisis with auto-tune. He went from Jesus Walks to Ye Rambles. From soulful beats to Sunday sermons that sound like he's arguing with Alexa. He dropped Donda like it was the 10 Commandments and made us listen to it in a stadium like it was a hostage situation. Kanye's fashion sense? He makes clothes that look like they survived an apocalypse and then charges $400 for them. I saw one of his Yeezy boots and thought, damn, is that made of regret and leftover couch fabric? His models walk down the runway like they're being chased by the IRS. He said he wants to be the Steve Jobs of fashion. Bro, Steve Jobs gave us the iPhone. You gave us a sock with a hole in it called a concept. Kanye ran for president. That wasn't a campaign. That was a cry for help. He got fewer votes than a write-in candidate named D's Nuts. He said he had a vision from God. I think God looked down and said, not me, bro. Don't put that on me. Kanye wore that MAGA hat like it was a personality trait. He said he and Trump shared dragon energy. Man, the only dragon I see is Puff the Magic Narcissist. He went to the White House and gave a 10-minute speech that sounded like he was decoding alien radio signals. Even Trump looked confused. That's how you know it's bad. When Donald Trump is sitting there thinking, this dude needs a filter. Now look, mental health is no joke, but Kanye uses his bipolar diagnosis like it's a mic drop. I'm not crazy. I'm a genius. Nah, man, sometimes you're just wrong. You don't need therapy. You need a group chat that says, bro, don't post that. He said he's more influential than Picasso. Picasso's dead, yeah? Let him rest. He's not out here comparing himself to Kanye. He compared himself to Jesus, Walt Disney, and Elon Musk all in the same week. That's not confidence. That's Google Maps for a delusion. His marriage to Kim Kardashian was like a season of Black Mirror. Futuristic, confusing, and somehow lasted longer than it should have. After they split, he stalked her like a guy who just discovered how Instagram works. He made a claymation video of himself burying Pete Davidson. That's not artistic. That's what a teenager does when he gets grounded. Kim was out here trying to co-parent, and Kanye's dropping cryptic tweets at 3 a.m. like he's Batman without the utility belt. Kanye got dropped by Adidas, Gap, Balenciaga. Man lost more sponsors than a NASCAR crash. He said things that even conspiracy theorists were like, yo, that's too far, yeah. You know you've gone off the rails when even Alex Jones says that's a little extreme. Kanye tried to double down, triple down. At this point, he's underground with his own beliefs. He says he's breaking the matrix. Nah, bro, you're buffering. He thinks he's the architect of culture, but he's just building sandcastles during a thunderstorm. He went from being an artist to an algorithm. Now every post feels like an AI simulation of Kanye West by someone who only read the Wikipedia page. There was a time when Kanye made us feel seen, heard, unified. Now he makes us feel confused, like we're watching a genius slowly become a cautionary tale. Kanye said, I am Warhol. I am Shakespeare. I am the #1 human being in music. You know what? Maybe you are, yeah, but Warhol had soup cans. Shakespeare had sonnets. And you? You got hot takes, ugly shoes, and beef with a guy from Saturday Night Live. So yeah, Kanye's still a genius. Just the kind they write history books about. As a warning, thank you, folks. Hug a Kanye fan tonight. They've been through enough.